Ooh, what's up, nerds and geeks? My name is OMG WTF LOLFTWBRB. Welcome back to more Total Extreme Wrestling 2013. We are playing as the WWE in the year of 2015, and we are booking NXT, or have booked NXT. And interesting enough, this is the Sunday of Fastlane. For those who are watching in the future, don't want to just talk about it and not reference it. But yeah, Fastlane is today. I'm hoping to do a video that I was planning on doing for the Royal Rumble. We'll see how it works out. And I think Fastlane is going to be hopefully good. Hopefully it's not, bad. But I think it's going to be good. I really think the Lesnar Reigns and Resner, you know what I'm trying to say. The match, the triple threat match is going to be good. AJ and Jericho are going to have a good amount of time, so I think they're going to have a fun match. Edge and Christian are going to have a lot of fun with the New Day. It's going to be a good pay-per-view, I feel. I'm excited for it. So, moving on, though, let's just run the NXT show. This is probably one of my favorite NXT shows I've ever booked, Nerds and Geeks, if I'm being honest. We have a lot of good things going on, and it feels... It feels like an actual NXT show. I can see NXT hosting this show. We're starting a lot of stories on the line tonight. Not necessarily starting stories as in I went ahead and booked the storyline and it's gonna see progression, but we're starting a lot of mini stories. I guess is how we'll refer to them. Stories that aren't necessarily written down or being shown every week in the Road Agent report, but they're still kind of stories we're gonna be following. The reason why I'm doing that for NXT is because with me sending people down to NXT for development, I will be sending people who might be in stories. I did that with Charlotte on accident, so I'm going to try to keep it conscious of that. Either way, though, we only have 2 pre-show matches tonight, and they're used to get 2 people over. We start off the first pre-show with Hideo and Tommy in action. This gets a 61C. Some good action, but not much Wayne Heat. Tommy defeating Xavier Woods with the GTS. And no worker improvements, though. And our main event of the pre-show is the debut of Brad Maddox, everybody. I probably had Brad Maddox fight. That was my bad. I forgot I put this in the middle of here. Damn it! I would have this luck, Nerds and Geeks, and I'll get to in a second why I said damn it. Either way, though, we had a tag team match where the Brian Kendrick teamed with Brad Maddox to defeat Ryder and Slater. And the reason I said damn it is because, there it is again, submission. Why does 2 just love going to submission? The reason I said damn it is because Brian Kendrick and Brad Maddox have absolutely zero chemistry as partners, and I actually wanted to make a team out of these 2. I thought it would have been a lot of fun. Might have called it, the Brian Kendrick and the Brad Maddox. I don't know, but damn it, that would have been a fun team, and it's kind of like Golden Truth. It'll never be now. Maddox is improving in flying skills, and Brian is improving in performance. And now we move on to the main event of the pre-show. I lied earlier when I said there was 2 pre-show matches. There's 3. The main event of the pre-show, the debut of Sir Nicholas Magnus and Lady James, Nerds and Geeks. Better known as Magnus from TNA and, Mickey James from TNA and WWE. They're making their NXT debut on the pre-show right now. This isn't the official debut, but a way to introduce them to the audience and start getting them some overness so they don't bomb angles that I decide to use them. And mostly, hype videos or they're hyping their coming thing. Right here, this isn't a match. You may know this is a catchphrase before the match. I imagine, Lady James taking the mic and, talking to down to the crowd, Magnus just kind of being all snobby and talking down. Just pretty much them, being pretty cocky and just, we're so much better than the fans and everybody here. So Magnus debuted his snobby Englishman gimmick and got an 85, very satisfied with that. And Lady James debuting her fabulous heel gimmick and getting an 83 on that, so also happy with that. And then we go on to the main event of the pre-show, the actual match. That gets a 55C-. Sir Nicholas Magnus' first match in WWE against Jack Swagger. Swagger continuing to get the cold shoulder from me after that suspension, and now he doesn't like me, apparently. It's funny, though, Nerds and Geeks, because I'm actually a pretty I don't want to say a pretty big Jack Swagger fan, but I like Jack Swagger. So the fact that I'm kind of like treating him like this is weird because I personally like him. But here he's earned it. He's earned it. So some good action, but not much Wayne heat. Sir Nicholas Magnus defeating Jack Swagger with the Tormentum. Lady James doing some good work ringside, and that's about it. The announcing quality wasn't up, but you know. Let me look at the dirt sheet here because I would like to see what is good and what is bad for Magnus. So we got bonus for charisma, star quality, manager's help, high morale, and good gimmick. He was penalized for holding back. So honestly, that's awesome. And then we move on to the actual NXT show. Starting off with a match, Nerds and Geeks. Definitely does not do as good as our pre-show. But this I felt deserved and needed to be on the show. So we have Kalisto opening up the night against a newcomer in Kevin Castle. Kevin Castle, better known by some of you maybe by the name of Kevin Condren. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. He was also known as Kid Cyclone, I believe, in Chikara. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go back and check that. I ended up hiring him because I think he has a neat look, and he's a luchador kind of actually too. So I thought him and Kalisto might actually do pretty good. Apparently not though, because the match was awful, completely devoid of heat, and Kalisto defeating Kevin Castle with the Salida de Sol, not Del Sol Driver. I wonder why this did awful. Is it Kalisto? Is he just not good? Let's see. Kalisto. Oh, got a bonus for engaging the crowd. Okay, Kalisto. So, oh no. Kevin Castle was penalized for negative crowd reaction, penalized for poor psychology, not engaging the crowd, and inconsistency. Kevin Castle, what is wrong? Whoa, you're going to be in NXT for a while, probably. Man, that's embarrassing. Whatever. Let's move on, shall we? Did I click? No, I didn't. Alright. That doesn't do any better. 30E plus for this horrid rivalry that most NXT fans apparently want to end. 30E plus with Kalisto celebrating in a match that wasn't good to begin with, just to get beat up by Sin Cara. Ooh, not a good start to the show, Nerds and Geeks. I'm sure the rest of the card will be fantastic, though. A lot of other fun stuff here. Speaking of which, this is fucking Brad Maddox. What are you doing? What's with this 20E? I gotta change his gimmick, but I can't yet, I think. And I gotta get that momentum up. I should probably stop doing these for now. Bailey cutting a 34E plus backstage promo. To be fair, she's never really been the best on the mic, but that deserves to be at least a D. Come on. Either way, though, first off, the Brad Maddox thing was just a hype video. I'm calling it the Maddox Experience, and he's pretty much just him talking over. You don't really see him, talking over a bunch of, different things happening in the video, where, he's pretty much saying how, the Maddox Experience isn't coming, is coming, and you guys aren't ready for it or something, and I'm taking over NXT, the future legend in the making, or something like that. And then we go to the Bailey promo where she's just talking about how she's happy to finally be back in the NXT arena, and she's happy to be in the ring and she can't wait to fight or something like that. Typical generic Bailey promo to where she's just happy to be here. And then we go on to our next match, which gets a 41D. Wish this would have done a little better, but what can you do? A 41D. We're gonna have to check what this does. And about that solid reaction, but non-existent crowd heat, Bailey defeating the debuting Melissa Marie in 10 minutes and 30 seconds with a roll-up. Just a quick roll-up. Melissa Marie may look familiar to some of you. Her independent wrestling name is Cheerleader Melissa. She's, I believe, considered one of the best women wrestlers out there right now. I've actually never seen her wrestle myself. But in 2, she is really good, and I tend to hire her. So there's that. But in this match, I can imagine, Melissa Marie not getting an entrance for one, already being in the ring when Bailey comes out, which, adds feel to the rivalry here because this is going to be a rivalry, Nerds and Geeks. That's why it was a quick roll-up. But, she doesn't get an entrance. She's already in there. I imagine, the commentators saying stuff like, oh, Marie's a pretty big name on the independent scene, but the WWE and the indies are completely different or something like that. Or, Bailey's got her hands with Marie, but Marie can't take Bailey lightly because any moment Bailey can hit that belly to belly and win the match. So, like I said, I wish this would have done a little better because Bailey and Melissa are considered two of the greatest women wrestlers. I don't know how I'm going to end up doing women wrestling on 2. I've never been good at it, and I haven't really seen anybody else who's good at it to kind of get an idea of how to do things. And with NXT, the women's matches are supposed to be like heralded as some of like the best matches, like even better than males matches. And they go on for long times, but I can't have a women's match go on for like 15 minutes because it'll bomb. So, it's interesting. I'm a little interested to see, or curious to see how I'm gonna go through with this. But either way, though, Melissa did debut her egomaniac gimmick, and she got 100 on it. A 100. Melissa Marie, everybody. She's gonna be a lot of fun. I can already tell. Let's see what happened in this match. All right, so Bailey got a bonus for good gimmick and motivation. Marie got bonuses for charisma, high morale, and a good gimmick. Just holding back. That's all. Okay, I guess this was never really going to be something fantastic anyway. What the freak, guys? What the heck is with these angles just bombing? Whatever. Bailey just, pinned Melissa Marie, all happy. I imagine her kind of, I should have done this now that I think about it, but I didn't do it this way. But I can see, Bailey going up to Melissa after the match and extending her hand. Melissa takes her hand, and then Bailey goes to turn around. Melissa pulls her back in, clothesline, and just starts beating down on Bailey because she's clearly pissed that, her big debut in NXT, she didn't even get an entrance, and then she just loses to Bailey because of a roll-up. Yeah. Definitely not happy. I'm excited to book Melissa Marie. She's one of the heels we have, so why did this do bad? Low momentum? Why? Because she just lost? Probably. Everyone has low momentum. We'll see where that's going. Then we get a music video just promoting, or, a hype video just promoting Sir Nicholas Magnus's debut. This is the first of most likely what will be a few here or there. Nothing too special there. We then go to the backstage where Tyler Breeze walks into William Regal's office, and he straight up says, "Look here, Regal. I asked for a match against Hideo Itami at NXT TakeOver," which I haven't booked it, but we are going to be doing an NXT TakeOver, I believe, next month. And he's pretty much saying, "I haven't heard any answers. Itami's not here yet, so what do you say?" And then Regal says, "You want a Hideo Itami? Fine. You have a Hideo Itami. NXT TakeOver. Tyler Breeze, a Hideo Itami. It's done. 65C. Can't complain with that. That'll be a fun match. Nice way to get a Hideo Itami into the NXT. Also a way to get William Regal on TV. I would, but I don't have TakeOver up yet, so let's just move on. We then go on to another hype video that's going to be promoting the return at Sami Zayn. It says Sami Zayn returns at TakeOver. And then we go on to Brian Kendrick backstage where he issues a challenge to Sami Zayn. He says, "Sami, I heard you coming back to TakeOver or something. Well, I don't have an opponent, and you don't have an opponent, so I say, why don't we dance?" Basically just setting up for a match between the two at TakeOver. Spoiler report, that is probably who not Kenny King. Why did I say Kenny King? He's not even in NXT. I don't know. I really don't know why I said that. That's probably why Sami Zayn will take on, or who Sami Zayn will take on at TakeOver. We then go on to Alex Riley, who's backstage. He's very, bitter and furious, and where he's taking on Samoa Joe. He talks about how when Samoa Joe first night in NXT, he got this whole fanfare reaction. Everyone's like, "Holy shit, Samoa Joe is here." But when Alex Riley returned to the ring in NXT, and Alex Riley returned from his injury, no one even bats an eye that Alex Riley is back. He's very bitter here, and he's ranting on about Samoa Joe, and he's saying that he's going to beat Samoa Joe's ass next or something. 53C-. Can't complain about that, nerds and geeks. And then we just see Samoa Joe getting ready for his match. Then we go on to the match that gets a 53C-. Some good action, but not much weight in heat. Joe defeating Riley with the Muscle Buster. And he's also improving in performance skills. And this gets a 59C. I don't think we can increase popularity on NXT, which is a little stupid, but I feel with the B shows, you should be able to increase popularity and not necessarily lose popularity. I guess if you were to lose popularity, it would be like a very significant small amount. But I'm thinking more like like not even really losing any popularity if it's a bad show because it's not expected to be, but those who tuned in, oh wow, this was actually good. You know what I mean? I don't know. How the hell did TNA do better than us? Lukewarm. Whatever. All right. Scott Reed's apparently writing, but I don't know who Scott Reed is. Ric Flair entered the final month of his contract negotiations. Nerds and geeks, I have a proposition for you guys, or not a proposition, but a question more, if anything. Should I hire or rehire or re-sign, whatever the word is, Ric Flair? Because I was going to fire him before, and then Charlotte was like, no, you can't fire Rick. He's my papa. So then I put Ric Flair and Charlotte together, and then it turns out they have excellent chemistry together, so it's kind of like, should I keep Ric Flair now? I think I might end up keeping Ric Flair just because of the whole authority thing, too. I might end up putting Flair with Triple H again, who knows. But let me know what you guys think. I definitely would like to hear your opinions if we should keep Flair or just, say deuces. Ric Flair's contract. Let's go ahead and delete these two. Was this up? Oh, it was down. Let's delete these two, and we'll keep the Flair thing there. Also, a decision. Who is it? That's just Ty Dillinger. John Spears. Complete that contract. Hold on, Nerds and Geeks. I'm going to mute my mic. My nose is getting a little stuffy. Alright, there we go. I don't want to hear you guys I didn't want you guys to have to hear me blow my nose, is what I'm trying to say. Let's look at the rivalries here. Nothing new for most except for Tyler Breeze and Tommy. You'll notice I did take off Sin Cara and Kalisto. Let's go ahead and auto push real quick, Nerds and Geeks. That'll do it. And let's go look at the creative meeting real quick. Anything new? Cena? Nope, nothing here. Cena, Orton, Bryan, Ambrose. Nothing new. Solomon Crow was there before, but I sent him back down. And so it seems whenever we do have Solomon Crow on the roster, he is one of our hot prospects. And whenever we boot him down, it goes to someone else. So interesting to point that out. So Solomon Crow is definitely a higher prospect than Jimmy Uso and AJ Lee. I'll have to try to remember that. Talk the talk. Nothing. Dean Ambrose might be new. I'm not too sure if I saw or remember seeing Dean Ambrose in the showstopper section. This all looks the same though. See, look, impressive in-ring psychology. I don't know why Seth Rollins' matches always say he doesn't have psychology. This is doing good. Except I do have to watch Randy Orton because I think I pointed this out last time. But basically with Randy Orton, I have to be really careful because the owner goals say that I have to keep him above an 83 momentum, so that means he cannot have anything below an 83 momentum. If he has 82, failed. And right now he's at 87, so I have to keep an eye on that. I definitely do. He's also angry with me. Why are you angry with me again, Orton? Furious at the booking of a match. Oh, well, get over it. That's going to wrap it up here, though, Nerds and Geeks. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already. And as always, Nerds and Geeks, my name is OMG, WTF, LOLFTWBRB, and I will see you guys for Monday Night Raw. Next week, or this coming week, is Payback as well, so that's also exciting. So until then, have a wonderful one.